Conversation with myself like this better work. That's why I get peace of myself almost every verse. I spent my whole life grinding, I ain't asked for help. I used to starve as a kid, I had to feed myself. Remember all the hard times we kept trying, and we rise and we fall. The times we had to walk, now we stay flying. Now we grind till we ball.
She don't compare. At the top, she ain't never been there. Find a bitch like me, that's rare. Like whenever you call, I'm there. And that's the same bitch that was in your phone that was trying to see what you want. Think I ain't know about the Sprinter van full of hoes. The reason you ain't pick up the phone. Cause I'm fucked up and you the reason. It's fucked up if I go get even. Back then gave me hella reasons. Back then cause I should've cheated.
Welcome to another episode of Artist at the AV Club. It's your boy Westside, and I got a special guest with me today.
Hey, what's going on? It's Meladee.
Let's go. Thank you so much for pulling up. I really appreciate you coming. And I always like to, thank you. And I also like to always start with the first question is, where does music start for you? So like, who would you give credit to putting music in your life?
I think my mama, she used to like play music and dance around the house. So I think, yeah. As far as introducing me to it, I say her.
Okay, shout out to moms. What type of music would you say that she played? Like, what was some of the songs that you remember in your early stages?
She played a lot of Florida artists like T-Pain, Plies, and then the slow jams. Those are only two off the top of my head. She played a lot of Plies, though. A lot of Plies.
Shout out to
like
Plies.
The slow stuff that I wasn't even supposed to be listening to.
I always find it funny, like when I go back and listen to music, and then I'll be like, damn, this shit was hard when it came out. And I think about how old I was when I was listening to it. I'm like, damn, why was I listening to that? But it's funny because, like, in most cases, when people do listen to that kind of music, you know, it's because their mama don't know. But in your case, it's like your mom was putting you on to it. So that's what's up. Shout out to mom. So tell me about that record right there that we just covered right there. Like, how did that song come about?
I really was just in the studio. And I had made a song before this one, and it was like really going viral. So I just wanted to do something else that was going to go. So that's just how it came. Like, I got a hard producer. He sent me that, and I was like, oh, I got to do this today. So I just went and did it. Like,
oh, that's what's up. So, like, when it comes to getting the, like, for example, you got the beat, right? Do you write when you know, get the beat? So you punch in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I freestyle a whole line and then just re-say it so it sounds like more confident, but sometimes you could, I don't know, you might could tell, you might can't.
Yeah. I mean, it flowed perfect. So that's why I was trying to figure out, like, all right, she got substance in her lyrics. You know what I'm saying? She got a flow. The way that she carried herself on the beat is hard. So I'm like, all right, so which one is it? You know what I'm saying? It's always, a catch-22, like, what's their approach to it? So you punch in, right? How long would you say, like, when it comes to making a song, do it take you to when you punching in?
It depends on the song, like, and what mood I'm in. Like, if it's a slow song and I feel like doing a slow song, I say an hour or 30 minutes, 40. Or I don't record a song in like 3 minutes. And it'd be a hard beat song, so it just depends. So
more so like the vibe, like what you listening to. So with this record, right? Like, is it more so of like what you experience, things like that, or it just off of
I be making up stories.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Some would be real, some would be like, I feel like the real stuff that I be seeing, it just, you could tell because it do something when I post it, but the stuff that I just be making up, sometimes it be like relationship stuff, or it could be a little bit of both, like something that my homegirl went through or something I went through. Yeah, so it could be both.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's like the most powerful thing when it comes to music is relatable topics, right? So heartbreak, we can all, connect to that in some kind of way. Getting cheated on.
Some of us.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff that when you hear it, you can go back to a moment in time. And that's how, you create classics. When we go back and we hear something that, like, for example, you said Plies when you was growing up, that connect to certain feelings of how you was feeling at that time growing up, you know what I'm saying, like that.
Right.
All right, so let's go back to as far as like starting music. How was that process for you the first time, like when you started doing music? How did that start?
I don't know. It's something I've been wanting to do since I was like younger. I just never did it because I didn't know what people was gonna think. But then when I got the confidence, I was just like, oh, like this ain't nothing. Like, I'm finna just go. And that's what I did. But I think my first time like recording, I wasn't even rapping. I was like singing, doing melodies. So that's how I got my name at first. But then I started like rapping.
Which one do you prefer?
Both. No, rapping.
Rapping. I ain't gonna lie, I struggle with that in the beginning, cause like
melodies though, not singing, but like
no, being melodic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nowadays I feel like it meshes so much. Before it was like a huge difference. Like, nah, he's singing, nah, he rapping. But once you got that T-Pain era, it kind of like.
Oh, you talking about that era?
Yeah, like once that era came in, and you were just like, I mean, some people would be like, all right, Raw singing, Raw rapping. To me, it's just his vibe. That's just, I don't know. I don't really depict it too much on whether he's singing or rapping.
He gonna be a rapper in my eyes. I don't know, but
yeah, to me, I feel like when it comes to his music, like he raps, but he got an essence of pop in a sense in it. So like a lot of records, when I hear it, it'd be like, oh, I know that record from like growing up, Maroon 5 or some junk like that.
I feel like that comes from like people trying to put artists in a box. Like you gotta rap, you gotta do this, but usually what they call you as is like your top thing that you like to do or what you do most. But in reality, you could really do anything and it be whatever you want to do. But it just depends.
Is that something
But he an artist to me because he don't just rap. Or I done heard rap songs from him, so it's like I don't know.
To me, when I hear him, I feel like he embodies like what he grew up listening to. That's what I get from him. I don't even try to put him more so and say like, oh, like in the beginning they're like, oh, that nigga singing. You know what I'm saying? Or he just music you listen to when you sad. But I feel like what he created just really what he grew up listening to, I'd say. You know what I'm saying? You would hear him do like a sample where it's like the Boozy sample or whatever, but then you'll hear him mix it with like some pop culture or some junk like that. But the way he do it kind of like, I say he remind me of Luther Vandross. Because Luther was saying something, and it might be originally this person's song, but the way he sang it, you don't even remember is that person's song. You like, nah, that's Luther.
Nah, you getting into some other stuff. I ain't got no comment on that.
But I'm just saying, like, as far as like when you going into the sampling, like for example, that record right there, right? That's a Keisha Cole sample, right? So when you coming into that, it's a certain level that you gotta come and embody it when it comes to that record.
Yeah, I feel like as long as the artist herself likes it, that's all that matters. And she liked it because she reposted it, so I feel like that's all that matters.
Oh, that's fine. That's
so
fine.
But I don't know. What you 1 out of 10?
With that record,
yeah,
I'm gonna say a 9.
So you think that's better than we?
I like this record because I know the sample, you know what I'm saying? So like, for example, with the other record, I like it, but it just, with this, when you hear samples, it hits you first because the sample, you resonated from, like I said, from a certain time and place. You know what I mean? When that record came out, I remember being like in, I think it was like middle school, high school, around that time. And that record came out and there was a bunch of big records going on around that time. And it was a good time for me. Like when I reflect on a happy time in my life, I would say that period.
I don't know where I was at that time, but I know I like Keisha Cole used to be like, that's my favorite singer, her and Beyonce. I just play them bad. Like somebody say something about Beyonce, I get mad.
Yeah. Oh, you're a diehard Beyonce.
Like I used to be crying. My cousin used to be talking junk.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I rock with B, but at the end of the day, if I had to put up,
trying to hit the butt.
I'm just saying, I gotta go with Mary J. I go with Mary J. But again, that's my old girl. Like
I like
the
leather boots and stuff.
You say you like. So you ain't rock with the My Life album?
I like that movie she was in too. She did good in that movie.
So you don't take her? Nah,
I do like her. I'm saying, remember that movie she did?
Which one was the name of the movie? What were you talking about?
Tyler Perry movie, I think.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I seen that.
I Can Do Bad All By Myself.
I seen that in Power. That's the only thing I know acting wise for Mary J. But
you love her, but not all the way around.
I love her for her music. I feel like I can love you for certain things, right? So there's certain artists that will say like, regardless of what they did, I'm still gonna rock with their music.
What does it take for an artist to have that to where no matter what they do, you're gonna love them? Like
that, it's that connection. When they got that connection to some point in my life where I'm like, I remember going to sleep to this. You get what I'm saying? Something that like like me growing up, I grew up and a lot of things was going on, homeless, everything, right? Mom and dad breaking up. Music is what kept me going. Like, regardless of whether I had somewhere to stay, if I had music, it didn't matter.
Do you rap or write or?
Do I rap or write?
Yeah.
I rap.
I knew you rap. You want to know why? Because you was just talking about music keep me going, and only rappers talk like that.
Yeah, it keep me going. Like, to this day, when I used to have a CD book, everywhere I go, CD book.
I want to hear something later.
Oh, I got you. But CD book, if it wasn't that, like when it came to MP3 era, then I started using like the library computer.
That's when they had the flip phones and stuff?
It was back then, but it was like more so to switch to like the sidekicks, the Nokias with the side QWERTY keyboard.
It's like the thing that looks like a
it looked like a little, how can I say,
remote controller, not remote.
Damn near almost, but that's how it was. Like you slide it up and then it was like one of those type of things.
What is that? Playboy or something?
No, I'm talking about like the Samsung, like around that time. That's when they was starting to convert.
Samsung phone. You talking about phones and stuff?
Yeah, but back then, before it was like iPod touches, that's what we used. We used like phones. It'd be like, all right, this phone, I put a memory card, 20 gigs, whatever, and I got music. I can download music, and that's how I got by.
I had I don't even remember what it's called because it's just like one of them things that you got and you could spin.
Well, that's an iPod. That's an iPod. That's just a regular iPod. Unless you're talking about the Zoom.
No, it was old though. It's like super old. It's like skinny shaped like a square like this.
Yeah, that was the iPod. That was like the classic iPod.
Ooh.
But it was like the only thing was touch was that little circular area, and then everything else was just like a regular screen.
Yeah.
But that's how I came up. Honestly, music got you by from anything that you was dealing with. You know what I mean? Whether it was downloading music, loud mixtapes and stuff like that. That's what got me by. So, like, as far as, like, you getting in the studio for the first time, right? What was that like for you?
Bad. It sounded bad.
How you end up in the studio? Let me start there.
No, it sounded bad, but it was, that's something I always want to do, so it's not, like, how I got in there. Like, that's something I should have been did. If anything, like, why didn't you get in there? But, like, it was good. Like, my first studio, I don't know if I went to professional first and then went to like my homeboy studio that he had in the city or whatever. So it's either one of those. But after that, I went to professional studio. Like,
okay.
But it was, I don't know. They still got the songs. Every time I come in there now, they'll just remind me. You remember when you used to be singing? And it's, like, I don't got time for that.
You remember what you was rapping about that first time you went in the studio?
When I was rapping about?
Like what the song was about?
Trash.
What made it trash? Like, at what point did you start to realize, like, all right, you know what? I'm actually getting better at this.
I think I had to take practice. Like, I knew how to write. I just needed practice on how to, like, record it and get flows, melodies. Like, it's like you got to learn it before you could just jump in and do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You just got to learn it. It's something either you have or you don't.
No, that's facts. I mean, I would say, like, even when you start rapping, right, a lot of times it's figuring out who can you trust as far as giving you criticism. I think if you got someone, of course they got to be harsh on you, because at the end of the day, if your goal is to get better, they got to be real with you. It can't be a situation where it's just like they telling you whatever.
I think harsh and real are two different things. Harsh is with the intent to, like, harm somebody. I feel like real is you gonna be honest with a person and still, like, on the back end, like, feel some type of comfort, but you being honest with it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say be harsh with it. I say be honest, but I don't know.
But as like an artist, how can you tell the difference? Like, if you make a song,
I can tell the difference because I'm like that. I know when I'm being harsh and I know when I'm being honest. It's just, I think that's like human nature. Like, you know when you doing something. Sometimes you don't though, because I can come off a certain way and I don't be knowing I'm doing it until somebody tell me, like, oh, like, you seem this way. In reality, I'm not.
I mean, I agree. I understand that, but I'm saying, like, in the sense of if you made a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say this thing connected to you. Maybe this is off of something that you experienced. And in your heart, this is fire. And someone coming and tell
I get
you,
what you're saying.
this ain't it. And you just like...
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say it's not about what you like or what I like. It's about what people like. If they say this it don't even matter. Like, usually what they say is it, I say is it too, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But it be stuff that I ain't gonna lie. It ain't been that I ain't like that. They ain't like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we got that type of connection. It ain't nothing I don't like. They don't like.
Yeah.
So
how?
I don't know.
So as far as like your team, right?
Oh,
like
my team saying it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell them the same thing. Like, let the people choose.
Mm.
It's gonna get to me. It's gonna be like a competitive thing when you say, "Oh, this ain't something." I'm gonna show you it's something. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, that's just how I think of it. I don't take it personal. I just take it as competition. Like, you want me to prove I did something.
Mm.
I don't know. It's different. I don't know. That's what
real.
you do when you really want it. Like,
yeah, I feel like to become a great artist, you gotta defy like all laws. Cause at the end of the day, like take for example now, right? Most of the time, people say, "Oh, I can tell you how to make a hit," or "I can tell you what a hit was supposed to sound like." But in actuality, the real hits that exist are songs that didn't go per se exactly what everybody else say it should sound like. They go against the grain. You get what I'm saying? Even when I hear, like, for example, like let's take Lil Shimmy, right? His style and the way he rap and his voice, some people might hear it and be like, nah, I don't like how he wording it. You get what I'm saying? But it's his own style and flavor and how it go. And I feel like that's important for every artist. Everybody got like their own thing about them that makes them unique.
But guess what though? I bet they still singing for me.
Oh, of course.
So they can say this and that and the third, but it's still one song of that artist that you like, regardless. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know about that.
But that's
I didn't heard that before though. But it's like, it's about what you prefer. Some people don't prefer slow songs. They prefer hard songs. I don't have people tell me that they don't like pain songs. They just like the hard stuff, like hard rappers and being YoungBoy, all that. So.
But that's preference, right? At the end of the day, when it comes to like,
that don't mean that you're not a good rapper.
Exactly, and that I would say that affects a lot of artists nowadays, because if you don't know how to dictate that or work through that, it might push
I just
you
say
to.
You don't even need to be rapping. If you gonna cry about everything, don't even know. Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
I don't think they confident yet. They so sensitive about certain stuff. You can cuss on here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I wasn't finna cuss. I was making sure.
I was about to say you could do it, but even in that though, like making music, you make a song, you feel confident. Like I said, you feel confident in it. You present it to someone. They tell you, "Oh nah, you need to do it more like this." In that time, you're still trying to figure out your way. You get what I'm saying? The way you started ain't the way you are now. The first song you made or the first project you made ain't gonna sound like your second project or your third project. Yeah. When I first started, I was afraid to be boxed in. I know I could rap, but I didn't want to just rap. I wanted to do what I grew up listening to, right? Which was everything. Anything I listened to that I like, I was like, yo, I want to do something like that, because that's how my mind works. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You might want to try something left field. Okay, let me try this. And I just didn't want that to be a thing, like being boxed in, like you said earlier. Right. So someone telling you, nah, you should just rap. You get what I'm saying? But sometimes it does work in people's favor. So, for example, like Brent Fayez, he was a rapper. Someone heard him, then they heard him singing, and they said, yo, stop rapping, do this. Just sing. Right? Now, this is his decision to make. He can either say, no, this is what I want to do, or he starts singing, and then his career end up how it ends up right now. So that's why I say it's kind of tough, like as far as like being an artist starting out and you trying to figure out your way.
I don't think, I'm trying to give my honest opinion, but at the same time, not using nobody as an example. I don't think just because somebody tell you should sing, like they gotta, okay, so if you got a song that you singing on and it goes viral and it's just one of the biggest songs right now, I feel like supporters gonna want something similar to that, of course, but you shouldn't just do that only. Like, do what you like and then do some stuff that they like. Because without any numbers and knowing what's what, you can't really tell somebody, oh, you gotta do this. And Nah, if it ain't went, you don't have to do it. Keep doing the same shit. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, but I get what you're saying though. But I don't know. I think completely different. Like it's gonna be about what I want to do and what I feel like people gonna like.
So what do you feel like people like the most about you when it comes to your music? If you had to give your honest opinion or based off of feedback that you received.
I feel like my stuff is a little bit more different than like most female rappers right now. Like I don't really talk about a lot of sexual stuff, and I don't talk about a lot of like needing a man, or it just be different. Like mine's be the reverse, like, and then it be kind of nonchalant, but at the same time when I record, you hear a song, it can have a lot of energy in it, but me, I'm nonchalant. So it's just, I feel like they like that. It's relatable.
Okay.
So I feel like it's relatable. It's just nobody doing it how I'm doing it.
So was that your standpoint from the beginning when you started rapping? Because everybody got like certain things or views that they want to be when it comes to being an artist. So like
when I started, I didn't even have female followers or fan base, or it was just 80% men. Because yeah, it was just straight dudes, like straight niggas. Like it wasn't no females. I dropped the song, then I grabbed all the females, and then just been like that.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't really see it that way before. Like in the sense of like for female artists coming in, I always thought like they first approach be like women, like they come in.
Nah, cause I rap different. Like I just started like doing this stuff like, okay, catchy slogans that females could recite, but originally like it was just like hard talking about straight motion, like dog shit, this, that, popping it. But I mixed that with that, and so that's what got that song. So if it makes sense.
So how you got to that point? Like, when at one point did you say, you know what,
I
need to add
I
this
think
in?
somebody just made me mad, and then I just went in the studio and I was like,
yeah. Would you say like when you get into that type of vibe, that's what push you like to make something crazy?
Yeah, somebody got to push me there.
Do it take a lot to get you there?
Yeah. Yeah. Like they just keep, yeah.
Okay. So tell me, what's the setup of the studio when you going in? Is it just you by yourself? Is it you and like your friends? Like what's your environment when you're recording?
I don't do the friends. I don't even hang with friends. But I say one person. It'd be me by myself or one person. That's it. 2 if you include the engineer. That's all. I don't even want to put that. Alcohol probably and stuff like that, but I don't think people should do that, but that's just.
Yeah, it's your like your muse in the sense of what gets you there.
Yeah, candy, a lot of candy. A lot of juice, a lot of candy though.
Okay. Did you start off that way? Like when it comes to like in the studio?
I think it grew that way. Like I've been not one of people in my sessions for real, but it grew towards like me doing like a bunch of candy and stuff. I don't know. Like I have to gum, candy, all of that.
Okay, that's different.
You ain't never heard?
Nah, that's different.
Like that's weird. Like what you get?
But that's, I mean, I can relate when it comes to recording. I only like probably me and my engineer, maybe like 1 or 2 people, but it was because the studio when I started, it was like warehouse shit. So there's a bunch of niggas in there.
I don't like people.
You don't know who the fuck they is. They listening to your session. So after a while, I used to hate it so much, but I really wanted to do music. So I kept going. And then I finally got my experience going to the studio, just me and the engineer. And I'm like, oh, this how it's supposed to be.
Get some shit done. Like, I feel like you bring a lot of people. You just doing that for an image or a look or just to. It depends. Like, if all these people that you bring, you personally know and you personally, like, feel like they helping you and this and that, then. But if you just doing it just to be in, like, you know, when I go, if you spending money, I'm going to focus on what I need to focus on. I'm not doing none of that.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this: when you walk in, right, how long it take for you to get in the booth? What's your process in that point?
I usually already have beats ready.
Mm-hmm.
I pick from those beats which one I want to do first. I play all of them or play just the first ones, and then I pick that one. I go in and then I record it. It depends how I'm feeling, but if I'm doing that, if I'm moving like that, I can get it done tops 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Or like I said, sometimes it depends, not mostly. Like, this is rare. If I'm really, really bored over the time I'm not in the studio, I'll write a hook. I'll write a very strong hook and then go record it, and then everything else just freestyle it. And I get through with the song like 30 minutes.
Mm. How long you been doing this process? Like, as far as that, exactly?
I did that for a song before. I did that for a couple of songs. I don't know. I don't know. I first used to write, then I stopped. Then I just started freestyling. I don't know. I know what made me start freestyling. It was 2C. I used to watch 2C lives. He used to just freestyle, and I was like, how is he doing this shit? So I studied it, and I went and did it.
So what would you say is your trick to getting to that point? Because me, I don't freestyle.
You got to watch it.
I hate that moment of, okay, what's the next line I want to say? And I'll be like, I don't know if I like that line. It's too late. You're supposed to be saying the next line. If you on beat, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, then I don't like to mess up that much. So when I go in the studio, I have everything ready.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You got to get more comfortable with the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Like, messing up that's not really, you definitely got to get more comfortable with the studio. That's not nothing for real. It's not really a big thing to worry about messing up. Unless you got a bunch of people in there with you, then you might want to come with something written. But if you say you go by yourself, then you just got to be more comfortable in the studio.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just more so the way I write preparation. So when I go in there, I'm not one of the ones that lounge. I ain't finna lounge in there. I'll send the beat. I walk in. I'm going right in there and I'm recording. I ain't wasting a minute of this session. If anything, we might be chopping it up at the end because we done knocked it out like that. And that's just my process when it comes to recording.
Everybody be different. Okay. But it just depends.
Okay. So what you been up to lately? Like, what's some of the songs that you've been working on? What's some of the projects you got in the works?
I got an EP that's getting ready to drop. And then getting ready to drop this single that you just played. It went good on the internet and went good. People want it. So that's what I'm going to drop first. And then I'm going to drop my project. Probably something else in between. And just some big features I'm trying to get done and work on. Some of them already done. So.
Okay. That's what's up.
And more content, too.
More content?
Yeah.
So that's your focus right now when it comes to, like, making the music is, like, putting the content around
Studio and content. And make more money. That's it. Studio, make money, content. That's it.
Okay. All right. And when it comes to, like, creating content, what's your process for coming up with that? Like, you have a team, like, or you go based off what you see? Like, what's your way of getting creative with the content? Yeah.
I don't be going off what I see. I be going off sometimes, but even when I see something, I restructure it to how I want it. Like, I'm not finna just sit here and copy a whole video somebody else did, but like, it could be the camera person, my camera girl, or it could be my team. Somebody be like, oh, I think you should do this. But I don't think it take that much for content. Like, I just go out, find a good location, do the song that I feel like people gonna like, and then you just go like that.
Okay.
It's different type of contents though, but that's my main content that I feel like just does the best, like, that I do the most. So.
When it's, like, more natural and then, like.
Yeah, like previewing music, or, I mean, let me see. They like pictures, they like that. It's different type of content. Like, this is my first time doing this type of content. Like, because this is content still, but it's different content.
Okay. So what?
They be seeing my personality through, like, my music or me just in a video. Like, I don't really have to talk. Like, my music is how I'm talking. So this is just different. Okay.
Is this your first podcast? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but not my first interview in but in a long time. It's been my first interview in a long time. Yeah.
Do you like this stuff or no? Like, if you ain't had to do this part of it when it comes to the process of doing music, would you do it?
Uh-uh.
No? That's understandable. I mean, everybody different when it comes to this. Me, I do this just because.
Like, I'd rather if we have this conversation and not be on camera.
So
that's
you see the cameras?
Person I am.
You see the cameras right now? I'm just curious.
No.
You sure?
Like, I'd rather have a real conversation and it not be on camera. But, like, if a person want to interview me, I wouldn't mind have a conversation. I just don't like this part. But it's something I do. It's just not like I just hate it. But it's like you doing something that's different. Like, I rap on camera, not just talk. So it's different.
It's a different form.
Yeah.
Okay. What's something that people don't know about you?
That's a lot of stuff.
Or like the main thing people usually might, get wrong or, just think.
I ain't saying that.
Wait, what is? Come on. What is it?
They just get me wrong, period. Just overall, like, I feel like it be a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really. It be a lot of stuff. Like, might be something about my personality or the type of person they might think I am, or I don't know. It be a lot of stuff, but mostly they don't be. It don't be all that, but.
Are you to yourself a lot? Introvert, extrovert? Where you at?
I'm to myself. Like, if it wasn't for rap, I wouldn't be out in nobody's face.
I find that interesting because there be a lot of artists. A lot of artists ain't really in the limelight forefront field. At least from me interviewing people.
I don't know. There's a lot of artists that do like to be in everybody's face.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I found a good amount that's like, they like, don't really like being in the forefront.
Which ones?
I can name a couple. I ain't gonna lie. Being real, I was a shy person. I've been a shy person most of my life.
What changed?
I did a talent show one time in school. My dog had to convince me to do it. That was my first paid gig. I ain't even want to do it. He said, I'll give you $10. I said, all right, cool. I wrote it. Then I wasn't going to go. Then they like, oh, you got to go out there. Okay, cool. Performed
You don't have to do anything. I would have said I would have to.
I got paid, you know what I'm saying? The money talk, you know what I'm saying? I'm a kid at this time. So it's like, I ain't never get paid to do something at that point. So it's like, all right, I'm going to just do it. And then I did it. I wasn't expecting nobody to applaud. They applaud. I said, oh, okay.
That's how it happens a lot.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, some artists, that's how it be. They didn't even want to go out there. Their mama told them, baby, go out there and go do something for the church. You know what I'm saying? Or go out there and go perform for the family. Go out there and dance or whatever. And then
church is crazy.
You know how many people that then came in here and they start was in the church choir? There's a lot of people. Not just singers. Sometimes they end up being rappers. But they was in the choir. I could easily have more than 10 people that came in here that started in the church. Somewhere in the church, whether it was in the front, the back, whatever. But they was in the church, and that's how they got their first experience with performing in front of people. And then they say, you know what?
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. Everybody got their own path. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they like it. I done had some people that say, yeah, I got up there. I seen someone else get the attention. I wanted the attention. So they went up there. And then you got some people that was nudged up there, like, go ahead and go up there and give it a try.
They want the attention. Hell no.
I mean, there's people, though. There's some people that love the attention. They always want to be in front of the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good for them, I mean.
All right. So what's some of the stuff that you got in the work? Oh, no. Before I go into that, I'm going to ask you, so what was 2024 like for you? As far as being an artist, what was that experience for you like? And then what are some of the things you learned in 2024 based off your experience that you look to bring into 2025?
How many quarters is it in a year? It's 4, right?
Yeah.
First quarter, terrible. Second quarter, okay, there she go. Third quarter, popping shit. And fourth quarter. Yeah.
Would you say that's how
That's literally how it went. But like, I was just playing with you, but I'm gonna go in more detail.
Okay.
So like the first quarter, like like the beginning of the year, I feel like it was hell. Like it was not good at all. Like I was finna start rapping. Second, like towards the middle, I feel like that's when I'm starting to like, okay, I got people that's trying to push me back into doing stuff and get back in the groove. So I started getting back in the groove, and then towards the end of the year, that's when I just decided to do something, and I dropped it, and then it just been up.
So as far as like what experience in 2024, what are you looking to like change going into this, like starting up this year and going forward? Like what's some of the things you want to do different?
I don't know as far as do different. Like I say what I want to do what I did towards the end of 2024. Like that's what I want to do, because what I was doing then, that is literally what I want to do now. Like, but as far as change, I would say I don't know. I grew as a person. Like I learned a lot of stuff, but it's like I know what I need to do. So I already got my focus on what I need to do, and it's the same thing I did towards the end of last year. I got it, like I hooked on to it like at the end of last year. So
yeah.
But the other part of that year, I do a lot of stuff different. Like sometimes you just gotta let people feel like they won, so you can win. So that's just a lot of stuff I do different. Like I used to, sometimes I have something to say back. Now when people say what they want to say, I just take heed to, you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So when people be like saying some shit, I don't say it, or I'm gonna switch the subject.
So it sounds like the people around you, or the process of making the music, and like what was it that was really in the beginning that was the rocky part for you?
I'm trying to adapt to new environments, new people around me, new everything. Like trying to do stuff that I didn't want to do, and just trying to form into something I didn't want to be. But I feel like it just wasn't me. Like that's why I don't like it. It just wasn't me.
So basically being uncomfortable.
Not uncomfortable, just recognizing that's not me. Like that's not me. It's not being uncomfortable. Like I can do it. It's just that's not me. Like that's not something I want to do. Like whatever I was doing in the beginning of last year, no.
So what was the change that you made then? Because you said towards the end you finally got to where you want to be.
Towards the end, I was me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't me in the beginning. Then I was me. So the change is just being myself. Like ain't nobody in front of me but me. Like that's the change. Just being myself versus being what this or that person want, or just being myself. Like what I was doing towards the end was what I wanted to do to begin with, but I just had to learn to be myself. Like
so basically like go with your instincts and like how you feel naturally when it comes to like doing things.
Instinct, and then I think listening to the people that grew up with me, like stuff like that.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to ask this question because I always love to ask this. There's always the glitz and the glamour when it comes to the music side, right? And that's why a lot of people jump into this, because they see the success, you know what I mean, the fame, the money and all that, right? But there's also a dark side when it comes to being an artist and being a creative in music, right? So what was a time period for you where you would say was a dark time for you since you started doing music?
Dark time and good time? Or do you
you can give me both.
I feel like we should do both.
Yeah,
because
let's do both.
You can't just give people the bad and not give them the good, and give people the good and not tell them the bad.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm gonna start with the bad. I feel like the bad part is the bad part is the internet. Sometimes I feel like the internet wants you to be a certain way. The internet wants you to act dressed a certain way, so people start following the internet and start trying to like uphold some type of status or image, and it be a lot of people that try to recite what everybody else is doing. Like, I feel like that's the bad part. It's like a, what's the word? It's like a influence. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the internet and then artists, big artists, are influencers as well as artists or whoever. But I feel like I don't like the influence they doing. Some of them I don't like the influence.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the bad part. Like, being a big influence and you know people are looking at you and you make the wrong decision, you make the right decision. I feel like that's the bad part. I don't feel like the spotlight, none of that's bad. I feel like what people do with the influence, that's why I feel like.
Do you feel like it's kind of like a lather, rinse, repeat type of thing? So, like, for example, you see some, and I would say, like, for example,
talking about,
yeah, because even the algorithm, when you say sounds that's trending, you use this sound and you just replicate what somebody just did, and then pretty much.
That's like, as far as people just copying, rinse, repeat, like what somebody else is doing, and it's not good, then yeah. But like, if it's a good thing, then I don't feel like that's bad. I just feel like certain bad things shouldn't even be like
in the picture.
Yeah, like, I don't get why that's even in the picture. Like, but the good stuff, I feel like it's like the beneficial stuff that's obvious. Like, everybody know what's beneficial. Like, it's the obvious stuff, like a better life, but sometimes all of that can be too much for people. I feel like the fame, some people might not want that.
Yeah.
But I know what I'm finna do with it, so that don't bother me.
Okay. So what's some of the things that you looking to push going forward? Of course, being yourself, right? That's important to you. You went through a trial and error of, okay, I'm going to try it basically your way, because it wasn't intentionally your way, right? And then you got to the point where you say, you know what, let me flip it. Let me do it my way, right? What's some of the things that you looking to keep going with?
Some of the things I keep going with, I feel like keep going with what more people like. Just keep going more with what people like, and what, like, not by people I mean as like the people that's actually supporting me and listening to my music. Because I have people around me telling me what to do, and they don't even go listen to it once they tell me what to do, and I drop it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you don't even go stream it, but you trying to tell me I need to go drop it.
Yeah.
So just listen to the supporters more, like that's actually like contributing, but just more content and stuff. What I've been doing, like, I feel like consistency. I just feel like it ain't there yet. It could be, but it's not. Like, they'll be getting on my ass about that. Like, where's this song? Where's this song? Where's this song? Like, so that's just it. Consistency.
Okay, staying consistent.
Yeah, it's not really too much. I mean, some stuff I can say, but some stuff it's like I don't want to just tell everything I'm doing, because it's like some people just feel like they just gotta go and do the same shit. So it's just some of my stuff I'm used to keeping it under until I do it, and then you just see it. Like, so I don't know.
Okay, so that's your process when it comes to that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
what's your process?
When it comes to like, all right, so I'll give you a little. So I went through a period of like I said before, trying not to be boxed in, right? And I had a moment where it kind of like shook me, because I made a project and I had a homeboy that I like really, really close to it that I let listen to it, and he kind of like, he gave the green light, and then after I put it out, I was like, nah, I don't like it. So I was like, wait, what? And it kind of shook me, where it was like I was confused. So I went through a trial period after being an artist already that I was like, all right, I got to basically revamp myself in a sense, right? So instincts, what I feel is comfortable, of course. Me being myself at all times is most important to me. Certain narratives I don't push, and I ain't planning on pushing. You get what I'm saying?
Which narratives are those?
I love giving music that's about, like, not necessarily saying it's me, like saying like, hey, this is something I exactly went through, but I want to say relatable because, of course, that's the easiest word you could use. You get what I'm saying? I say this and you be like, oh, yeah, no, I definitely went through that before. Basically, feel like conversation through music in a sense. You play a song, you like, oh, yeah, I definitely relate to that. You get what I'm saying? I ain't rapping about no damn drugs. I don't sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but
that's just something that you don't even want to promote.
Yeah, something that's relatable. Now, not saying I don't get in a car and I might bump something like that. Of course, Future, one of my favorites. Like I'm gonna bump it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like representation of me being an artist, I don't ever want to put something out where it's just like I can't stand next to it in actuality because it ain't nothing of relatable to me.
You know, songs like that you don't want to push out and it's not relatable. Sometimes they go.
No, that's true. Yeah. Because you never know what people will take to. What you may think is the best song that you got, nobody might like it.
Right.
And the one you hate the most, everybody love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've seen that timeless times in history when it comes to music.
Why do you feel like that person that you are talking about, the homeboy or whatever, why do you feel like he got that much? Does he have experience to be telling you?
All right.
I don't think that's... The
homeboy, it was more so like someone that... I didn't start with him, but it was just more so like a music partner. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we doing this together. We had a lot of collaborations together, but it was just someone I trusted. I guess I have a hard time trusting certain people.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I didn't know who I could trust. If someone told me it was good, I'd be like, is it really? Like, are you being serious or are you telling me this because...
You weren't confident.
I mean, you could say that, but in the beginning, I wasn't creating from a standpoint of, oh, this is what I want to do. It was like, I'm going to try this. And then I tried it, just like how I ended up on that stage. I didn't want to go up there. I tried it. And then someone said, yo, you pretty good at that. And I'm just like, oh, shit, I ain't know I could do it. And then I just kept going. And then I just made challenges for myself. All right, do a hook, do a verse, do a song, do another song, do a collaboration. And just pushing myself to see how far I can go with it. And that's how I got there.
I get what you're saying. I feel like because like my thought process is different right now. Like I feel like I probably would have been like that the same way you are or was back then too. But it's like now my thought process is different. So it's like I wouldn't really care. I feel like eventually you'll get there if you're not already there.
I feel like personally I'm there now, but in the beginning, I give
Oh, that was in the beginning. Now you there.
Yeah, in the beginning, on a personal level, I just didn't grow up with someone telling me I could do something.
I ain't either.
So it was like in the sense of living in a life where everything seemed like it goes bad at some point, you start to think like, damn, maybe they ain't gonna go good. Or maybe I can't do this. And then you start letting self-doubt come in. But in actuality, I can't say there's too many things that I wanted to do that I ain't been able to do. I did it.
All right.
But I ain't know. It took a while to get there.
All right.
I had to try it. I failed a couple times. Got better at it. This ain't even my first show. This is my second show. So, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. I was a shy kid before. I didn't really talk to people.
Okay.
And now I'm talking to people every day.
Yeah, that's definitely different. That's definitely a story.
Yeah. I mean, that's just my journey at the end of the day.
Don't forget about playing the music later.
Oh, I got you. Trust me, I got you. All right.
Can't run from that one.
Oh, no. I got you. I'm confident in my music. I'm confident. So, what can we expect coming up from you?
Just more content, more consistency, more music that they probably would love, most likely gonna love, and then some features.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any album in mind or anything, project-wise?
I think definitely some projects for sure. Like I said, I got one coming up on March, but after that I can't tell you. But definitely in March for sure. But after that it just be, I'm not gonna lie, I think after March I'm gonna turn up the heat.
Okay. Any is this a title for the March one or no?
I'll be honest, I don't even remember the title.
Okay. Anything we can be expecting from
whatever, the title don't really matter. It's just the music itself on the project whenever you hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just DM me and let me know what you think.
Okay, I'm
each
gonna do that.
song.
I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna chat back with you when it comes to that. So what can I expect from this project though? Any features on it?
Man. Okay, let me get myself together. You gonna hear the shit that they really love.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna hear the shit that, yeah.
Okay. How many songs? How many songs? How many we could be expecting?
You act like you want to laugh, but you just holding it.
We doing the interview.
Okay. How many songs?
Mm-hmm.
It's a couple of songs on there. I forgot that too. You just gonna have to go look when it drop. For real.
Okay.
Cause I forgot all of that.
All right. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah.
Where can they find you at?
The Real Meladee, TikTok, Instagram. Yeah, those are the main things though. TikTok, Instagram.
Okay. All right. And also hit that notification bell on her platforms also. Right. Anytime that she drop, you get that notification directly to your phone. You just hit the link and you're right there.
Right.
Also,
and YouTube, sorry.
YouTube?
Forgot YouTube.
Notification bell, subscribe, make sure.
Yeah.
Also, follow A2A.podcast on all platforms. You can find us on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube. And if you are looking to start your own podcast, hit up the AV Club Studios. We got great lighting, 4K cameras, great location. We got you.